Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So you might be finding it a little bit different that how come I'm like kind of packed in a small cubicle. So I generally record my videos from the Vancouver like studios only, but the studio which I was supposed to be working from there is a Japanese guy, he's working on some animation work. I can see him dancing and sound lip syncing over there. So because of that, I just have the option of recording it from over here as well. And the topic which I need to talk on today is so important that I could not just let go of this opportunity. So yes guys, in this video we will be having our discussion on a very strange phenomena which is taking place in the transit on the March 29th of 2025. So guys, it will not be an exaggeration to say this thing that whatsoever we have witnessed so far in this year, like this year has already been filled with lot many surprises. And at a time guys, when I made this Chaitra Shukla Pratipada New Year calendar, and at that time when I gave you this information that Mars and Saturn are the king and the minister and the way the whole energy of this year is, so do not be surprised if there is going to be multiple war front, and we all are witnessing all of that, like the way the whole thing happened suddenly, the way things erupted in Syria, that also came as a surprise. But if you are a astrology enthusiast, you have been paying attention to the planetary movements, I'm very much sure that you will not be surprised. It happened right at the time, like just close few hours when Mars was about to turn retrograde only. So guys, in this video we will be having our discussion, and the whole like session or video I have divided in multiple layers. The very first part is going to be that which all planets are going to be getting aligned on this specific day. The zodiac sign, nakshatra, aspect, mutual like relationship amongst all the 9 planets. First we will try to understand that. Then we will look at that what kind of global events this alignment can trigger. We will also look at it from our own personal charts point of view as well, that in which way this whole alignment can influence us, which all people are going to be most vulnerable, what all we can do as a part of the remedies. And then at the end guys, from the mundane astrology point of view as well, I will be picking up the charts of like this could be United States, Israel, Iran, India, Pakistan, and from their charts point of view, in which specific area this whole alignment is going to be influencing those countries. Then we will have our short discussion on that as well. So guys, before we will start our discussion, quick business promotion time. So if you want any of the astrological guidance from me, so this could be from astrology, this could be from numerology, your lucky numbers, how this next year 2025 is going to be for you, so all scientific explanation of your charts and all, so you can go to the description section of this video and you can book your reading from there. I'm also teaching astrology and all the occult subjects as well. If you want to learn from me through Zoom classes, you can write me an email as you can see on the flyer on your screen. And if you are already based in Vancouver, you want to learn in person from me, so that provision is also there. And very soon I will be traveling as well, doing in-person readings. So just remain on a lookout for my next travel plans, that which city I will be coming in, because when we meet in person during those times, you can clear all of your doubts, you can get your palm read, you can get to know about your numbers, all the practical side. So all of that provision is going to be there. So I will be very soon announcing my travel details as well. So okay guys, now we will start our discussion on what exactly is happening on this March 29th. So guys, the very first thing is that over here first we have to understand the participating players, like the way in all those like Godfather kind of, you know, those movies and all, that all the families are meeting up and then they will be deciding who is going to be the next mafia king. So I mean to say, this is how the whole planetary alignment is taking place. So guys, right now as you can see over here, that on that specific day, Saturn, Mercury, Sun, Moon, Rahu and Venus, they all are going to be conjunct in the sign of Pisces. After that, like all what matters in this whole discussion is that the axis of Rahu and Ketu. So you will see that lot many planets are already conjunct in the Pisces sign where Rahu is there, and the planets which are left, like when we talk about from Mars point of view and from the Jupiter's point of view. So Jupiter is also giving its fifth aspect to Ketu, being in the Virgo, and Mars is also giving its fourth aspect to the Ketu in the Virgo. So that in itself means that the whole planetary alignment is getting formed in this way, that somehow the nodal axis is very potent. And I always say this thing, nodal axis in itself means that the nature tend to remain very forceful, and lot many times guys, whenever these kind of things happen, that any calamity happen, any tragedy happen and something, so nature is just trying to balance things out. I still remember, like in lot many cases you will see like this tragedy which happened in Kedarnath in India in 2013. And when last year only, when I was on a vacation, when I went to Kedarnath, I was talking to lot many of the local people over there, and lot many of them said this thing, and especially the spiritually elevated ones and all, that Nipun, there has been so much human encroachment, and the way they were contaminating this thing. What do you think? Is nature not gonna take what is rightfully its? So I mean to say, in these kind of alignments, like, and guys, one more thing, if you're an astrology enthusiast, if you take interest in all these things, then you will never take things like, for example, what we say, that it is just a abrupt thing or a random thing. Every unusual thing which happens, it always points towards some big major thing which is about to be happening. Like the way the coincidences which are falling on that specific day on March 29th is that it is going to be a new moon as well. It is going to be a solar eclipse as well. The thing is, we all are looking at this thing that all the planets are conjunct over there, but the concern over here is that Saturn has just moved on that day only, and that too on a Saturday. That means Saturn is also very unstable. Saturn is also very insensitive to balance things out. And guys, like the way when we talk about any of the dosha which gets generated out of the Panchang as well, so we say this thing that people who are born close to the time of the new moon, full moon, Ashtami, like 8th Tithi, or even on the day of the Sakranti, Gandmul, so all of that are considered as sensitive. Why sensitive? Simply means that nature is going to be somehow unstable. The temperament of the person is going to be a little bit unstable. Native is going to be under the control of the third power. So that is the only reason we say this thing, and all of those coincidences are getting aligned on this specific day of March 29th. So what could be the probable outcome? I have made the slides so that I do not miss out on things. I will take you slide by slide. So guys, the next slide is about, I already mentioned this thing, that on this specific day there is going to be the energy of the new moon and the eclipse energy. So we know this thing that eclipse simply means that sun and moon, they both are like somehow in a very they have been subjugated by Rahu and Ketu. So look at it in this way. Whenever we talk about eclipse, it just simply means that the toxic influence of the Rahu is prevailing over the sun and moon. And like the way guys, that is the only reason that when we talk about for the yogis and the spiritually elevated people, this is generally considered as a very auspicious time, because this is what the mool mantra or objective of sadhana is, that you have to completely subjugate or decimate or remove your existence, your mind which is moon, and your identity, sense of self which is sun, which is your soul. We say this thing that at a time of the eclipse and all, why any of the mantra chanting which you do, it generates very positive, very potent results. Simply put, it means that the Ida and Pingla gets subjugated and the Sushmana gets activated. So this is what is going to be happening in the cosmos as well, where sun and moon are going to be heavily afflicted. Sun and moon are going to be afflicted. Rahu is going to be prevailing. Mercury and Venus are going to be retrograde, and Saturn is going to be insensitive, like unstable, because Saturn has just moved and it is just trying to stabilize over there. And guys, one more thing, Saturn and Rahu are not only going to be in the same nakshatra but also in the same pada as well, in the Purvabhadra pada's fourth pada. So all of that is aligning towards that nature is going to be very sensitive on that day. So that was the very first slide. Second is, I already mentioned this thing, that Saturn and Rahu in the same nakshatra pada, Pur Bhadrapada, fourth pada. And guys, like whenever we talk about specifically, like if you follow Vedic astrology and all, you would be knowing about this thing, that in whichever nakshatra eclipse happens, that nakshatra is not picked for any auspicious muhurat for the next 6 months. And the second thing is that generally it has been seen that if you're born, okay, if you have like anti-planets conjunct, like Saturn and Mars conjunct, Saturn and like Sun conjunct, the major problem comes when they are conjunct in the nakshatra, and that too in the same pada as well. Then this becomes very tight, a major area of concern, and this is what is going to be happening on that day. And again guys, I'm repeatedly saying this thing, it's not like that Saturn has been stable over there in the environment of that zodiac sign. It's just like that a very, like the way guys, see, I do not want to exaggerate or dramatize this thing, like the way sometimes what happen is that you are a criminal, you have a gun in your hand, you suddenly entered and your reflexes took the bad side of yours, you were not able to judge the situation and you hit the bullet. And I guess it happens lot many times. Unfortunately, it happened so many times in US as well. When it comes to the news, that the cops got a distress call. When they reached the crime scene, accidentally they shot the victim only. So, and so many times it happens. So this could be seen as this situation, that Saturn is going to be entering in the right on that specific day when it is already a chaos, and that time unstable Saturn is entering. And again guys, if you follow Panchang, the energy of the war of the day also becomes very potent, and it is going to be Saturday on that day. So that means it is a major area of concern. And again guys, if you are in this mindset that Pur Bhadrapada energy is going to be the energy of the planet Jupiter, which is going to be safeguarding you and all, so no, Pur Bhadrapada is being presided over the deity, who is also has got a very extreme temperament, like Aja Ekapada. So that is the only reason because of which this day somehow becoming little bit sensitive. The next slide is guys, that Saturn will enter like Pisces on the same day. I already explained it. Next is about yes, Mercury, Venus, Rahu being retrograde. Okay, I just wanted to add more flavor to it. Rahu is all the time retrograde, but I mean to say Mercury and Venus are also going to be retrograde. So yes, that is a major area of concern, because like the way guys, we say this thing, that whenever planets are retrograde, look at it in this way, that God forbid, but whatever happens, like whenever any calamity happens, any flood happens, all what we need is that the rescue team is able to get a grip or handle over the situation. But imagine any calamity happen, and now there is a rumors which are being spread, there is like people who are trying to take advantage or somehow make things go worse through spreading false rumors or something. So this is how things happen. Like whenever see, in a simpler language, a retrograde planet simply means time of chaos, when there is no order, when the right authority or relevant authorities are not being able to handle the situation and all. So this could be attached with this kind of energy. Lot many people say that retrograde also brings a recurring theme or something which has been long overdue from the past, which suddenly get intensified. So yes, like the way when I will start explaining you the way it is going to be impacting different nation, over there you will get to know that this could be some sort of vendetta, this could be some sort of agenda from the past, over which suddenly there's going to be some sort of action or provocation or escalation which can happen. So this is how you can look at it. Now guys, war is also Saturday. I already mentioned about it. Now comes the question that yes, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, they all are going to be in one zodiac sign. So it's a matter of concern. Now again guys, it's just like that. See, I do not believe in doing any negative or an astrology of fear mongering and all. It's just like that. I'm a researcher, same like you. All these things intrigues me, like the way it must be equally curiosity generating for you as well. And that is the only reason I'm presenting all the alignments in front of you. Obviously after this I'll keep on doing some more fact finding, doing some more research, and I'll keep on, because till March 29th we still have time, and I'll keep on bringing more information, more research on this matter. Now guys, when we talk about, yes, on this day, now what is happening is that Jupiter and Mars are also aspecting Ketu. Now guys, we know this thing that whenever these kind of sudden triggering of the event happens over there, it's like Rahu and Ketu, they both are responsible. But somehow when we talk about Ketu, Ketu is more furious compared to the energy of the Rahu. And the second thing is that generally for the major calamities or something, Ketu is responsible for that. So just like that, the both, like the whole 9 planets in this alignment are being in control of Rahu and Ketu. It's just like that all the planets have already surrendered. No one is standing firm to fight for it. They all are like in a state or situation. Even if Mars is expecting it, Mars is not expecting it from a position of power. Mars is already is going to be transiting in the Gemini sign. Now on that day, Mars is transiting the Gemini sign. Now Gemini is not considered as a very powerful placement for Mars to be placed, and we can also see that Jupiter is also going to be transiting in the Taurus sign as well, which is again is not a very favorable strengthened placement for it. So yes, the way the whole planets are influencing and empowering Rahu and Ketu, it is indicating, pointing in this direction only. Now guys, when we talk about the probable outcome, so this could be responsible for the deep cleansing as well. So like the way I mentioned this thing, that when nature wants to get back, want to stabilize, balance things out, so any of those issues around where we are somehow kind of somehow hurting or harming nature in any form, this could result in some sort of kind of poetic justice, karmic retribution, or some sort of like calamity which could happen with an ultimate intent of cleansing. You can look at it in this way. Second thing is that, like the way a lot many people will say this thing, that just because the whole energy is taking place in the Pisces, which is considered as the deepest form of the water. So yes, natural calamity like tsunami and the high waves, like the possibility of that is going to be very, very strong. Like the way I guess in Kedarnath as well, when it happened, it was a flash flood. So those kind of situation and possibility of that is going to be very, very high. Now comes the next question. Yes, because in the original Kalpurush Kundli, it is the Pisces is the 12th house energy, and Virgo is the 6th house energy, which has to do with the healthcare, which has to do with the hospitals and something. So as you can see, that fear of the outbreak of virus disease leading to mass hospitalization, so that possibility is also going to be there. Now guys, now when we talk about in our personal life as well, so guys, in our personal life, so yes, you have to be very aware regarding your health. Health related issue can actually take people to or there will be those circumstances, chances of being hospitalized as well around this time. False allegation, this generally happens, like you did not do anything and suddenly you're being accused of something, so false allegation. Third thing is anxiety and the panic attack, especially if moon is afflicted in natal chart, so that possibility is also there. Then unprovoked attacks, like especially guys, like how the unprovoked attacks happen, it just like that people who are already have mental health issue, they are living like homeless issue, mental health issue, so these are the people who are not able to handle the surge of energy, and then these kind of things happen, that suddenly a homeless person, he lost his sense and took a knife and started stabbing the strangers and all. So yes, these kind of incidents generally happen whenever nature is sensitive. Apart from that, past dispute suddenly resurfacing, so you might be in this impression that okay, everything what happened, but there were like those people who were envious of you, they were planning something, and this was the day which they chose in order to get back or hurt or harm. Now guys, when we talk about which people are most vulnerable, so yes, if you are a Pisces moon sign, if you are a Pisces ascendant, if you are like those people who are running the dasha of a planet which is placed in the Pisces, those running the dasha of Rahu Saturn, Ketu Saturn, Moon Rahu, or Moon Ketu in any form. Like this could be Saturn Mahadasha, Rahu Antardasha, or Rahu Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha. So that means Rahu Saturn, Ketu Saturn, Moon Rahu, or Moon Ketu in any form, then you will be somehow being vulnerable. You have to take care. You have to do the remedies. Those with the running Mahadasha or Antardasha of Moon, which is in the 8th or the 12th house. So either you are in the Mahadasha or Antardasha of Moon, and that too a Moon which is placed in the 8th house or the 12th house, you have to be careful. Now guys, when we talk about the remedies, what we can do as a part of the remedies. So yes, avoid conflicts, refrain from initiating anything around the March 29th if it's not very urgent, refrain from excessive indulgences, adventurous expeditions, like going for hike, doing some bungee jumping and those adventurous stuffs and all. So just refrain from doing that. Meditation is the best key for the yogis and all. This is going to be the highly elevating time. Recitation of the guarding mantras of fierce gods, like the way we know that even for Lord Hanuman there is a Hanuman Raksha Kvach, for the Lord Kal Bhairavashtakam, Kali Kvach, Durga Kvach. So recitation of these mantras, if you are falling vulnerable in coming in this zone, then all these things you shall be doing. Now guys, now after this, now I will give you how much is the time. Okay, we still have like 10 minutes. So okay guys, so when we talk about how it is going to be influencing all the major nations across the world. So when we talk about from United States perspective, so guys, different people have different way of looking at it. I take Leo as the Lagna for the US, and over there as you can see that this whole alignment on March 29th is going to be taking place in the 8th house. Second thing is that in the case of the US, now it is going to be getting very valid. This prediction is going to be getting very valid because the president, like Donald Trump, he is also the Leo Lagna. So that means a very, very serious assassination or life threat to the president. If God forbid, I hope, I pray to God that nothing shall happen, but the possibility of that is very, very strong because the kind of combination and alignment coincidence which I just mentioned. Now when we talk about from China's point of view, so guys, in their case, as you can see that in their chart, this alignment is going to be somehow influencing the matters of their 3rd house. So we can look at it in this way that disruption in the communication or some sort of border clashes can also happen during this time. When we talk about from the Russia's point of view, so guys, in Russia's case, it is going to be influencing the matters of their 7th house. So like the points which I have written for them is that there could be opening of more war fronts, death of enemies of nation through espionage or covert activities, because 7th house is the house of the open war and enemies and all. So this is the kind of possibility which can be attached to them. So like there have been those speculation that once Donald Trump will preside over as the US president, and he has a very friendly kind of stance towards Putin and all, but again the war does not seems to be getting over for Russia the way things are happening. So because the way Russia is engaged with Ukraine, and they lost their grip over Syria, and Bashar al-Assad's government, they were not able to save the way the whole thing happened. So I mean to say, yes, opening of more war fronts, and there could be some death of enemies of nation through espionage or covert activities. That possibility is still there, like Russia will fight back. Now when we talk about from the Pakistan's point of view, so guys, from Pakistan's point of view, it is going to be influencing the matters of their 12th house. So threat to the life of leader in exile, in prison, emergence of leader in exile or prison. So now you must be wondering that, okay, you must have got it that I'm talking about from Imran Khan's point of view. So again guys, there, first of all, the leader who is being who's very popular, who's being favored by the masses, there is definitely going to be threat to him, because it is getting valid in his case. He is right now behind the bars, he is in the prison, so there is going to be threat to his life. And if he survived that, again guys, because I do not know his individual chart, I was trying to do a research, but I was not able to get my hands on the correct details, which I can have my confidence on that. So I would say this thing, that if he survived that, so he will emerge much more stronger, with a much stronger fan base, can be said, in terms of Pakistan. But yes, even in the 12th house, this the whole thing is happening. And the way the Pakistan government's like their history has been, the military coup has happened so many times, the overturn of the government has happened so many times. So yes, lot many people and the energy are going to be working behind the scene in their case as well. Now guys, when we talk about from Israel's point of view, so guys, in Israel's case as well, it's going to be influencing the 7th house of theirs. So yes, opening of more war front, death of enemies of nation through espionage or covert kind of activities. So yes, Middle East seems to be not getting very pacified, at least till not March. Afterwards, I cannot say anything, but at least till the end of the March, or even till April, it's going to be like this only. Like, it's like Israel might be getting occupied with more war front as well. Now guys, when we talk about from Syria's point of view, so yeah, that's what was there in their destiny. Like the way in this whole year's Chaitra Shukla Pratipada, with Mars and Saturn's prominence, it has been predicted by many astrologers, senior astrologers, that new country will come into emergence, like the way it is happening now in Syria after their the Bashar al-Assad fled the country. Now Israel is capturing some land, other nations, Turkey is targeting for some land, so everyone is slicing and capturing the land and all. So yes, it is gonna be happening like this only. So consistent slicing of its territories is going to be, I hope it will stay in the map. That's all what we can pray. When we talk about from the Iran's point of view, so guys, Iran's point of view as well, if you will see, this is going to be happening in their 9th house. Now their leader right now, supreme leader, somehow him being a religious person and a leader at the same time, so it is going to be influencing in his in the country's 9th house, charts 9th house. So that means severe protest against religious supreme leader. It's going to be very severe this time. After that guys, when we talk about our great India, Apna Bharat, so from India's point of view, it is going to be influencing the matters of the 11th house. So that means setback in the national plans. So because of some protest by the groups and all, problems to the ambassadors being sent to the foreign countries can also suddenly emerge. So yes guys, that was a small, okay, the time is also very like within the range and limit. Like, I mean to say, I do not have to do work on putting time in the edit and all. I can straight away put the raw file for the upload. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. Again, I do not want to be a fear-mongering astrologer. It's just like that the whole coincidence of the planets and the alignment is taking place in such a way that it was very important for me, being a researcher, being a student of astrology. It was very important for me to present my point of view. Do not like judge me or count me on the ascendants I have taken for the various countries, because it has been taken from the book of very respectful senior astrologer from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. So I do not have any doubt on the Lagan of the countries which I have used. My interpretation fault lies with me, but not in the science or not in the chart, I can say that. And yes guys, I look forward to your response on that. And for further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyawad.